It's kind of hard to believe that I'm asking for the whole thing. Just, you have a take and you try to keep going and you try to keep going and it just falls off a cliff. Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another comically long review. It's been a few weeks between character side stories and general schedule weirdness since we've gotten the core plot of these Power Rangers comic lines. So, let's dive right back in, shall we? Here's a look at Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 44. Two of the covers focus on Trini this time, her trading card and helmet foil covers. I usually don't have access to the story cover variants at the time of writing, as Comic Vine only gets them posted a few days later. However, since this review is a little bit behind, I can not only show you the story cover for this issue, but catch up on the previous one. That's probably how I'll handle this from now on, giving you the previous story cover on the next edition's review. The story cover for MMPR 43 starts a tour of the various Ranger teams returned to their own realities. The Blue Emissary observes the Zeo Rangers fighting Cogs and a giant robot, blissfully unaware of how close they came to not existing at all. Meanwhile, on the cover of MMPR issue 44, the Red Emissary watches another team of robot fighters, the RPM Rangers, use their wheel blasters against a big metal clunker. Basically, there's this theme of, for better or for worse, life getting back to normal for the Rangers after Lord Draken. The other cover is the main cover. It's a very nice artistic shot of the Thunder Megazord fallen into fire, reaching towards the sky. So, in case you forgot, because it's been a hot minute, we left the MMPR with Dane using a can opener on their Megazord. They discussed possible plans, maybe breaking into individual Zords to buy time. Dane makes to slice them out of the Megazord like peppercorns out of salami, when something entirely unexpected shows up. A new set of Zords start beating Dane around. The Rangers are baffled, and Dane is helpless. Remember, Dane's entire strategy in battle is to have observed his opponents and take advantage of their weaknesses. The unexpected is his kryptonite. He demands to know who they are and where they came from, but they only respond by continuing to beat him up. Dane shrinks, perhaps unintentionally, and calls to Zed for some putties. The Omega Rangers deboard their Zords and say that won't be much help. He shoots the face-covering goo at Jason, but he just easily slices it in half. The MMPR also deboard, looking over the new Zords. Aisha asks if they should go help, but really the Omega Rangers don't seem to need it. Dane demands to know who they are, and Trini responds by sledgehammering him into the asphalt. Jason calls Z11 for a containment unit, which very strongly implies that Dane isn't empowered. The MMPR introduce themselves to these new Rangers, welcoming them to Earth. The Omega Rangers respond by teleporting away without a word. In the command center, Zordon pulls yet another piece of information from the Stuff I Haven't Told You Yet book, saying the Omega Rangers are a sect of space rangers that fight dangerous threats, though they've been dormant for centuries. The Rangers wonder if this all factors into Zed's plan, and if Dane was just one step in that plan, what could possibly be next? The Omega Rangers are in orbit, so Alpha and Zordon will keep trying to contact them. Hey, look who's up! Tommy has recovered, saying he's glad these new Rangers at least seem to be friends, and how he's sorry to have gotten beaten up, and he won't let anyone split their team up like that again. On the moon, Zed sulks about Dane's defeat, while the minions hide and worry about his reaction. Finally, he calls them out. Zed tells them that with a new team of Rangers on the scene, it is all the more important that they successfully form a new team of Dark Rangers. He orders them to repair the green crystal, working as if their lives depended on it. On their ship, the Omega Rangers rankle at how they couldn't talk to their friends. Jason says it's to maintain the timeline, but Kaya, the one outsider here, brings everything into focus. They all told her that the MMPR would be fine, even with a brand new leader and 3 new Rangers. They didn't look so fine with Dane turning them into pedigree chum. Maybe they need some outside help. Jason reports to the Blue Emissary on containing Dane and bringing him back. He asks about the MMPR, and Jason says they're in bad shape, but they are alive. He takes this chance to share his team's concerns. The MMPR nearly lost that fight today, so something has to be done. The emissary seems to scan his mind, expecting to see a desire to stay on Earth and help the Rangers, but instead he only sees Lord Zedd. No, the Omega Rangers want to take slightly more direct action. Bulk and Skull do a Ranger Station episode reporting on the new Rangers and asking people about them. The MMPR discussed the recent fight, the newbies very concerned about what a close call that was. The veterans try to say they've faced close calls before and made it through. But as excited as the noobs are to be Rangers, they wonder if one of them has to actually die before they realize this may be too much for all of them. Back on the moon, Finster attempts to piece the green crystal back together when there's an explosion. They think it was the crystal itself at first, but then Squat realizes something else caused the explosion. The Omega Rangers are attacking Zedd's base in their Zords.
That was totally wicked!
There's a gag here that I want to take a short second to address. Kaya asks, "What's a Bandora?" I bet this made some people fall off their chair laughing, but it didn't really land for me, sorry. The Bandora Palace sign was always a little quiet gag, Sentai footage becoming screen accuracy in the comic. You know how it feels when they just call that gag out directly?
That's the joke.
The Omega Rangers basically have an easy time with the putties, being very professional, staying in formation, and just wiping the moon's floor with them. They clear the path and enter the palace. The minions await them with some putties and whatever the frax that thing is. Anyway, they meet a bit more resistance than before, and Jason suggests just straight up ignoring the escalation rule, heading back to their Zords and just blasting through. The others say no, this is a fine part of the plan. They can take care of this, and Jason should go after Lord Zedd. Jason enters Zedd's throne room, slicing straight through the putties and telling Zedd there's about to be a change in the command structure. Zedd's amazed the Omega Rangers are real, but says if Jason wants a fight, he's got one. I think the word that best describes this issue is breezy. Everything happens quickly, almost too quickly. The Omega Rangers just show up out of nowhere. Dane is just defeated in a quick fight, at least we presume for now. And then the Omega Rangers just decide to go invade the moon. It's not necessarily a bad thing. At the very least, it makes this review less comically long. I do think in the end that this could have been spread out to one more issue. Have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers doing more and more stuff to try to hold Dane off, getting more desperate and panicked as they go. In the meanwhile, G11 detects the next Empowered and it's on Earth, and it's already fighting the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and it's winning? But is it safe for us to go to Earth to interfere when 3 of us are from Earth? It's kind of hard to believe that I'm asking for less action and more talk, but these issues have in the past been more well-balanced. But in the end, this was a whirlwind, a fun read, and it pushes the plot forward in a big way. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 44 gets a 4 out of 5. Next time on a comically long review, with the Bulk and Skull tribute out of the way, it's time to get back to the main plot in that series as well. Find out how Jason and the Blue Emissary started building their team of Omega Rangers, and let's see if any other new Rangers show up as I take a look at Go-Go Power Rangers issue number 25. That's going to wrap up another comically long review. Heroes, thank you so much as always for watching. In the comments below, let me know what you thought of this issue as well as my review of it. How did you feel about the breeziness of this issue? Do you like kind of quick moving comics like this, or do you prefer something with a little more meat to it? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure you smack that thumbs up button and let me know that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see all of my videos and ring that bell. Get your notifications set up so you'll be notified whenever I post brand new videos such as these comically long reviews. And if you'd like to lend any financial support to the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/OrangeRangerVideos, check out my tiers of support, become one of my patrons, or head over to ko-fi.com/OrangeRangerVideos where you can buy me a coffee, imaginarily delicious. Those are set at $3 a piece, and I greatly appreciate any support I find at those sites, as well as just sharing the video and letting people know about my channel. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you. Dane shrinks, perhaps, but these issues have been pretty well balanced. Imaginarily delicious. Those are set at $3 a piece, and I greatly support